Love is beautiful. Nah. He don't. Sup, Cypher? Nah. More of a mountain bike. Skateboarder slash mountain bike, but I'm new to skateboarding. What is that even supposed to mean? Nobody, what the fuck? It's just a wallpaper. It's just old wallpaper, and my light, I have an orange light. Yes, because the light, the light is yellow. My walls are white, so that's kind of why it's like that. Ain't nobody be peeing on the wall. Hell, you gotta be fucking crazy to do that shit. Some 5-year-old ass fucking shit. Hobby, working out, skateboarding. Well, skateboarding mainly, and working out because I'm just getting into skateboarding. Man, and sitting on my bed or sitting on my ass doing nothing. Basically that. I don't really like doing much. You could say that. You could say that for some, me. You could say that I sleep the whole day away and I stay up all night. So you could say that. But besides that, I'm just lazy as fuck. Doing what? Live streaming? Yeah. 'Cause what I'm doing with the knife, I'm just trimming my nails. Cause I'm not like it. I'm like everybody else. I'm a dumbass. I don't speak Spanish. I'm not talented. That's why I'm in woodshop. My untalented ass don't know how to do shit. Shit. Fuck. I put it back over there. No, I do not. I live underneath my bed's mattress half the time. I don't know what that is. And I'm being dead serious by saying I live underneath my bed's mattress because I actually do. Yeah, I'm fucking weird. I'm part of the group of depression, so those are the biggest weirdos. Why I don't tell stories to do that? Well, I'm not trying to traumatize people with shit I've done with the stories in my life stories. I ain't trying to traumatize or scare the living crap out of people. That's why. Word what? What do you mean word? I didn't say anything factual. I don't think that's gonna be a good idea. Yeah, right. Now, when you have bad luck, when you have a very depressed past, especially when you have a mentality of wanting to hurt people, but you're not actually going to. So, I'm not gonna tell any life stories because, yeah. Well, I am. Well, all I gotta tell you is I'm in high school, so I'm not giving out my age, but I am in high school. I'm not a. Yeah. Uh, almost a few times. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, I do tend to have the mind of a psychopath because I have a chainsaw blade on a handle, which is a chainsaw whip. I have a homemade katana. I have a long piece of metal with metal spikes on it that that I used to cut shit in half like a fucking sword. Um, I have homemade knives. I have knives. I used to have a big ass mallet. What's up, Ninja? Um, I used to have a bike chain with a metal handle that had a makeshift axe head on the other end of it that I scarred my wrist, and the handle scarred my wrist. So that was fun. And I have a scar on my other arm from a different handle, and a scar on my head from a dresser from falling headfirst into a dresser when I was 4. I mean, I got the katana. Homemade katana. Out of a piece of metal, some weird orange thing, electrical tape, and some weird black thing. But yeah, it's a homemade katana. Oh, I have something way worse than that. I have a chainsaw blade on a handle that I can swing around like a whip. No, not chainsaw blade, but a chainsaw chain. The chain of a chainsaw. Well, technically, the chain is the blade because the chain contains the little pieces of metal that cut through the wood. But I also have a piece of metal about this long that has metal spikes into it that can track into somebody's head. So, what else did I have? I also have a pair of nunchucks. Homemade pair of nunchucks and chainsaw chain on a metal handle. It's wrapped around my hand a good few times, and I busted my hand on this one a good few times. I gotta de-rust the part of the chain. But yeah, the rest of them are outside though, and it's like 15 degrees, 14 degrees out there. Thing is, I'm not a violent person, believe it or not. I'm actually a very passive man. Well, passive person. Oh, I've done dumb things. I've jumped out of windows as a kid. I've tried running the road as a kid. I've jumped in front of cars as a young kid, like young kid. What else? I've accidentally smacked myself in the head with a metal baseball bat that went through the middle of that went in between my legs somehow when I was swinging it to the side. But the thing is, I don't feel pain half the time. If I cut myself on accident, I wouldn't feel it. Never have, never will. All the injuries I had in my life, I've never felt them. Never went to the hospital for them either. Especially the one time I accidentally stabbed myself in the hand. When I accidentally stabbed myself in the hand with a knife, I just pulled it right out of my hand and wrapped medical tape with a gauze on it, and I was good to go. Didn't need a hospital or nothing. And the blade went that far into this half of my hand. And I just ripped the sucker out and put a gauze and medical tape on it. I used to have something like that. Let's see what else. I used to have a homemade machete that I made from a saw blade about that long and that thick. And I sharpened the end of it with a metal file in concrete. And I had a bad hand at the time because I accidentally smacked it into my thumb right there while sharpening it. Almost cut it off. And when I was using it, somehow I smacked in the tip of my finger with it, almost cutting that off. So that was fun. I stepped on a sharp piece of metal that had two spikes about as long as a fingertip that went in my foot, and I just pulled it out and put tape around it. So I have a scar on my foot, bottom of my foot. I have a double scar on my middle finger, right along from right there on my middle finger to up to the tip. I cut that part of my middle finger open twice on the same spot with a box cutter blade, trying to sharpen a stick with a box cutter. First time I did it, didn't feel it. Then I did it again on accident on the same cut. Like a month or two later, I was doing it, same scar line, cut it right there. I was like, shit. I mean, I've cut my hand open, my fingers open on knives a lot in my life, even when I was a little kid. just trying to just trying to open something. And I was not a very smart kid. Still not a very smart kid now. Well, not a kid, but yeah. Well, people keep, but I am on about life like that sometimes. I can be about on a shit or about that kind of life. I am about that life sometimes. Not all the time. A jumping cactus? What the hell is that? I still don't know what that is, but okay. That does not sound fun at all, but I don't know what that is, but that don't sound very fun. Oh, fun fact. This was the handle that the makeshift machete thing was attached to. Because that's part of it right there, because I broke it into a lot of pieces. So this is part of it right here. This little piece of metal right here attached to this handle. Old school makeshift machete. Well, technically, it was more of like a Tonto looking thing, but like a Tonto dagger. The only reason why I created all this was because back when I was younger, I was shown like all the fucking Walking Dead and shit when I was like really young, and I was like, and then I started getting paranoid about it, so I started making this stuff when I was like 8 years old, 7 years old. So when somebody asks me that they can do this better than I could, with with a hammer, pieces of metal, with a hammer and pieces of metal, I'd be like, yeah, prove it. I've been doing this for I've been doing this for 9 years. And I've been doing this shit for 9 years. So, and how long you been doing this? Never? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Alright, see you. I don't watch Stranger Things, so I don't even know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. What's my phone percent? 7%? Might end it here just to go charge my phone. I'll catch y'all later. Fuck.